The MCU is desperately trying to revive the franchise, and in a bold move, they've brought back the ultimate star, Robert Downey Jr., but not as the iconic Tony Stark we all know and love. Nope, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves to meet Dr. Doom.
New mask. Same task. What can I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
Downey Jr.'s casting as the Fantastic Four villain was announced alongside the new film, which will be titled Avengers: Doomsday.
You get nervous in situations like that?
Yes, I'm a human person.
While specific details were not confirmed, the film's directing duo, the Russo brothers, said the actor's return was made possible due to the multiverse, a series of different worlds featuring characters old and new, making unlimited possibilities available.
Unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe.
In a recent Esquire interview, Downey Jr. was asked about returning to the MCU and replied, "Happily. It's too integral a part of my DNA," even after his Oscar win for Oppenheimer. Now that is real dedication. While the Comic-Con announcement had the crowd going wild, online reactions have been more disapproving. It may work out, but at the moment it just feels like a desperate move to get people excited again, one fan complained, with another adding, "I really like Robert Downey Jr., but to be honest, this just seems like desperation." However, the less critical Marvel fans are overjoyed by the actor's return to the MCU, with many branding it historic.
Thank you.
And isn't it exciting to see the MCU's biggest hero now become the biggest villain? I personally can't wait to see how Robert pulls off this new role. And get this, Robert Downey Jr.'s rise to legend status is nothing short of extraordinary. To become the legend he is today, Robert battled addiction, pulled himself out of rock bottom, and somehow found the strength to rise again. His incredible journey is a powerful story of triumph against all odds. So let's take a trip down memory lane and see how he went from an up-and-coming actor to Marvel's ultimate hero and an Oscar winner. You know who he is.
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Downey Jr. was born to Elsie Ann and Robert Downey Sr., a duo of an actress and actor-filmmaker. Needless to say, his and sister's childhood was far from ordinary, and not only in a good sense. His parents' alcohol and drug addiction affected Downey from a very young age. Father and son would even do drugs together. As Downey Jr. recalls, those were the moments when they bonded the only way they knew how. All in all, Downey used to have two addictions, drugs and acting. As an actor, his credibility in the industry was steadily growing. Age 20, he was described by Rolling Stone as the worst Saturday Night Live member in the history of the show.
Yeah, big deal.
7 years later, he was nominated for an Academy Award for his portrayal of Charlie Chaplin in the eponymous biographical movie. The mid-90s to early 00s was a dark period for Downey Jr. He spent these years in the company of drugs, alcohol, guns, and law enforcement. The police stopped the actor for speeding and found drugs and a handgun in his car. Downey was sent to live in a rehab facility and busted out. Then he busted out of a more secure facility. In 1999, he asked the judge not to send him to prison. Nevertheless, he was sentenced to 36 months in the California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and state prison. He served just under a year. The acting jobs became scarce and few. Not a lot of people felt enthusiastic about hiring an unstable drug addict. Downey himself said he couldn't care less. Right after his release from prison, he was cast in a hit TV show, Ally McBeal, and earned universal praise for his performance. But Downey describes the period as his lowest point. He was totally indifferent to his career. Unsurprisingly, even the forgiving Ally McBeal producers decided to fire him after he was arrested, again, for drug possession. Downey's personal life was in shambles, too. His 8-year relationship with Sarah Jessica Parker fell apart because, as he admitted, of his selfishness and destructive habits. He praised his former girlfriend and gave her credit for trying to help him. Eventually, however, Parker walked away as Downey refused to get his act together. Shortly after, he married singer and actress Deborah Falconer, and the pair had a son, Indio Falconer Downey. Their family life was unfortunately ruined by Robert Downey Jr.'s rehab and jail stints. Furthermore, Downey and Falconer's son, Indio, inherited his dad's issues. At the age of 20, Indio was arrested and charged with drug possession. Robert Downey Jr.'s road to redemption started on the set of the 2004 movie Gothika. That was when he met movie producer Susan Levin. The two fell in love. Initially, Susan thought they were just having a fling, and flings usually end quickly. The fling, however, blossomed into romance, and the next step was marriage. The couple are parents to son Exton and daughter Avery. The story of Downey's casting as Iron Man is a well-known one. Marvel Studios were reluctant to hire someone with such a troubled past.
Iron Man!
Hey, what's up?
But Robert Downey Jr. was on the mend and hence unstoppable. The rest is history. In 2015, Robert Downey Jr. famously walked away from an interview when British journalist Krishnan Guru Murthy asked him about his drug-filled past.
I'm sorry, I really don't. What are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Later, Downey explained that he did not want to be probed and scrutinized, especially not while promoting a superhero movie a lot of kids were going to see. Also in 2015, Downey was among those who were granted a pardon for their past crimes by California Governor Jerry Brown. This happened thanks to the fact that some of his offenses had been decriminalized, and of course, thanks to Downey's efforts to become an exemplary citizen. Yes, the reigning Marvel King has quite the backstory. Just like Tony Stark strayed down the wrong path and found his way back, Robert Downey Jr. has found his footing. The only difference that, in real life, Downey's iron suit is his iron will.